Heart. And let's just start doing our arm circles, start moving through our body, getting our upper body nice and warmed up. I hope you all had a great weekend. We did have some windy weather yesterday. I'm gonna check in every so often just because I'm a little fearful that my microphone's gonna conk out on me. All right, now let's reverse our circle, other way. Great, let's take a deep breath in, guide the hands up towards the sky, shoulder distance apart, pull the belly in, guide the left wrist over to the right, open up the side of the body, lift up through the chin, inhale, come back through center, guide the right wrist over to the left, and then back through center one more time, guide it over just a little deeper, press down through the left foot so that you're not inching over with the left hip. Come back through center, over to the other side. Good, come back through center, guide the hands behind you, intertwine the fingers, lift up through the heart, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Hold here for a moment as you lift up through the sternum. I'm just gonna move the camera back a little bit. Good. Good, open up. Good, now swim the hands forward, intertwine the fingers, press the arms away, drop the chin towards your chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Good, guide the hands up towards the sky, reach through the tops of the hands, bring the hands behind the head, feet are gonna be hip distance apart, and let's go into 15 prisoner squats. Down and then up. Open up through the elbows, lift up through the sternum. Press down through the feet and keep your feet nicely aligned. So just watch that your feet are not tracking outward. Nice job, keep going. We got 5 more left. 3, 2, 1, lift up, come down and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Into your squat, shift back through your hips, open up the sternum, pull the belly up, tuck the tail under. And now start pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a deep breath in. Bring the palms together, exhale to heart center. Great job. All right, so hopefully you're feeling a little warmer through the legs. We have got a series of exercises today. We're gonna get through definitely 2. I'm gonna try for 3. So we're gonna move fairly quickly from one to the next. I'm gonna get my clock, oh yeah, here. And so we're gonna start off with some balance work. So beginning, let me just check in, everybody's here. We're gonna begin with a balance to a reverse lunge. So you're gonna take your left foot and really anchor down into that left foot. I want you to bring the right knee up to that 90-degree angle. As you're ready, you're gonna shift back into a reverse lunge, drop your knee, come back to a knee balance, and back, and lift. And back and lift. Good job. 45 seconds here. No weights, only body weight here. Now I'm going with a little bit of tempo, but I want you to work at your own perfect pace. So if balance is a little bit of a challenge here, the last thing I want you to be doing is rushing through this. So really take the time to balance in through the left leg and then draw that right knee up. Good, we're past the 30-second mark. We got 15 seconds to go. Good, last 8. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it out, shake out that left leg. shake out the right. Great, now shift over, anchor in through the right leg. You're gonna begin with a balance. First start here. Now I want you to kick it back and lift. Back and lift. Now let's just say this is not working for your knees today. Maybe coming down into this lunge is not working. That's okay. Maybe today you're just gonna balance. Bring that left leg up and maybe lower it. Keep going. You got it. Excellent. Good, we got 10. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake it off. Beautiful. Well done. So, hopefully everybody's okay. I can't see you with the screen right now the way it's done. I'm trying to make sure these videos are recorded. So, next we're going to do some squat work to work the glutes. You're going to come down into a squat position. They're going to be squat walks. You don't have any bands on this one. If you do have bands at home, by all means put them around your shins. If not, we're just going to do our body weight. So come down. You're going to take 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. 45 seconds. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Deepen into that low squat. I know there's no resistance here, but you're still working the glutes. We're still working the muscle. Good. And back. Now the nice challenge here is if you come down nice and deep, really targeting the glute, you're working the glute medius, glute minimus. Good, keep going. Working the quads. Good. Nice, we're gonna do one more round, and then we're going to pulse. We're gonna come to the end, so come over to one side. Stay in your squat. I want you to pulse it down and up. Bigger pulses this time. So you're not coming up to standing. You're staying in that squat, you dip down lower, you lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down. Walk it out for 1 and 2. Come back here. Another set of 10 squat pulses. 1, 2. You're not getting much rest here. Your glutes are working the whole time. Good. Keep going. And your quads. Good for 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch it out. Good. Shake it off. Well done. Excellent. Grab some water. We're going to go into some leg lifts now, lateral work. So check in. Good job. All right, so standing either up against a wall or resting your hand. You don't need balance here. If you don't need to hold on to something, you feel comfortable with your balance, you don't need to grab onto anything. You're going to stand, anchor into your left leg. Right leg is going to lift about 2 inches off the floor. You're going to lift and lower. Now what you want to make sure is you're not tilting. We're not going like this, like a bird feeder. It's just the glutes. Here we go. So stay nice and lengthened through the crown. Hands rest on the hips, or one hand is resting on a wall, working those medius and minimus. Of course, always the glute maximus, the big muscle on the bum. Good, keep going. Good, so it's a really small movement, really targeting, pressing through the heel. That's the trick here, is to really stay nice and active through the back chain. Good, we got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. You might be feeling some effort through the left leg. Roll the shoulder blades back, lift up through the belly, flex the left foot, and kick it out for 1. Good, 45 seconds here. Tiny So they're not huge movements, there's no momentum. You're reaching through your heel, you're staying nice and active through the back chain of the leg. Keep going. You got it? Last 15. Hold on, stay with me. I know we're feeling that through the right glute right now. Keep going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. Woo! All right, I don't know about you, but I really felt that through my right glute. All right, we're gonna go into upper body now, round the world. So grab your weight, moderate resistance here. We're gonna be circulating all the way up, coming all the way down. Feet are always hip distance apart. This time the palms are gonna be facing forward. Knees are slightly bent. Palms are facing in front. We open and we lower. Here we go, 45. Now there's a slight bend of the elbow. You're not locking the elbow. You're just extending the arm, but you're also staying soft through the joints. Good, keep going. Beautiful, keep going, you got it. Working the deltoids here, the lateral deltoids at the top of the shoulder. We got about 8 seconds left or so. Good, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now, reach your arms up towards the sky. You're gonna come all the way down to about shoulder height. You're gonna open up. You're gonna close. You're gonna lower. Good. Swing it all the way up. Shoulder hip distance apart. Bring it down. Open up and lower. Good. Swing the arms up towards the sky. Lower. Hold. Open. Hold and lower down. Good. Swing the arms up. Down. Shoulder height. Open up the chest. Lower down. Good. Here we go. We got 4 more. And lower. Open. And down. Good job. 3 more. Lift. Lower. Open up the chest. Open it up. Draw the hands down. Good job. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Lift. Lower. Open your heart. Drop it down. Good. Last 2. Open. Down. Open. And lower. Last 1. Sweep the arms up. Bring the hands down. Open up the chest. Drop the hands down. Good job. Shake off the arms. All right. So we've got a crossbody bicep hammer curl. You might want to go up on resistance if you have something a little heavier. So hammer curls you hold like a coffee cup. So grab your weight. And we're going to just cross over our midline and then back through center. Alternating sides. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Alternate sides. Keep that body from like kind of jutting forward so there's no momentum here. Really focus on the biceps. Keep going, nice job. Just keep yourself nice and long. So there's really this opportunity here to find that activation through the abs, staying long through the crown of the head. So we're not jutting forward, we're not creating any momentum. Good, you got about 12 seconds left. Keep going. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you have a heavier weight, maybe a 10 or 12 pound weight, we're going to go into a tricep overhead extension. If you don't have another weight that's heavier, grab the 2 weights you just had now, and we're going to come all the way up. Elbows are going to be kind of encasing the crown of the head. Both weights are going to come down and then kick it back up. So if you're using one heavier weight, you can just take the one, hold it on the outer edges of the weight. That's kind of the way I like to hold it. Good, and keep going. And go. And lower. Keep the belly pulled in, watch the low back. Not much recovery time between these efforts here. Really trying to kind of build the heart rate, build some warmth in our body. We'll get some rest shortly between our sets. Keep going. We're almost there in 10 and 9 and 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Woo! Rest the arms. Beautiful. Put your weights to the side. We're going to go into our abdominal series. So you're going to come down onto the floor. We're going to begin with some back extension. So just to kind of keep the back is part of the core. So we're going to do a little extension here. So come down onto the floor. Hopefully I'll move my computer over just a little. You don't have to see that. Good. All right. So let me just scroll down. So you're going to come down onto your tummy. Forehead's going to be resting down on the floor. So arms, if they can't be outstretched in front of you, they can come down to your side. We're going to begin with just some gentle lifts through the sternum. So starting down onto your tummy, forehead resting on the floor. Now, inner thighs are squeezed together. The forehead is facing down towards the floor so that your neck is aligned with your spine. Your toes are reaching long. You're going to take an inhale. Reach through the fingertips and the toes. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades back. Gently lift. It's a small lift. Pull the belly in and then lower down. And lift. And lower. Good. Let's do a few with the legs resting down onto the floor so the legs are not lifting yet. Pull the belly in. You got to really keep those low abs turned on here. It's very easy to go into the low back. And lower. Lift. And lower. Good. Last one. Lift. And lower. Good. Pull the belly in. We're going to go for 5 lifts, 5 locusts. Inhale. And we're going to lift the shoulders and the legs. Pull the belly in. Roll the shoulder blades back. Gazes down towards the floor. And back down. And lift. Legs and arms. Shoulder blades back. And down. And lift. And down. You need to turn the glutes on. Pull the belly up. And lift. And lower. Last one. Lift. And lower. Nice job. Press back. Child's pose. Knees wide. Toes together. Give your low back a stretch here. And just soften the shoulders. Soften the belly. Soften the low back. And just give yourself a few seconds here to just lengthen out through the low back. As you're ready, come up. We're going to go into a forearm plank. Elbows underneath the shoulders, shoulders underneath above the elbows. We're going to come into a normal plank for the first 20 seconds. So kickstand your right foot out, then your left, and we're on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So 20 seconds, straight up plank. Then we're going to move into some dolphin planks. We're going to open up the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Now, in the event dolphin planks don't work for you, if you're not sure what a dolphin plank is, we're going to rotate through the hips. If those don't work for you today, what about rocking planks? You can try those. All right, we're on in 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Drop your heels towards the left or the right. Shoulders stay square. Pull back through center. Over to the right. Back through center. Alternate sides. Good. And through center. Over. And over. You're really working the obliques here. Good. We got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center. Drop your knees. Stretch it out one more time. All right, let's come on to our sits bones. Now, if you have your weights readily available to you, go ahead and grab them. We're gonna do a Russian twist with a punch. If you've got some lighter weights, it doesn't matter what you choose, it's really up to you. So, Russian twist, knees are bent, you're lengthened through the sternum. You're gonna lean back. Now, if you want some more intensity, feel free to lift your feet. If you're comfortable with the heels down on the ground, that's totally cool. All right, lift up through the sternum, lean back, pull up through your low abs, and then we're gonna alternate sides and punch, Pull up through the abs, good. Now you'll want to stay really kind of active through the back here. So it's really easy to start feeling that flexion and start rounding forward. And your goal is to stay as long through the crown and as open through the shoulders so that the sternum and the clavicles are nice and open so that we're not rounding forward. Good, we got 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Drop the weights to the side. You're going to roll down onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest just to give your low back and your back of your body a nice little stretch. Now, because we're down on the floor, we're going to do a single leg bridge here, just to work a little bit more of the back chain of the glutes and the back. So you're going to keep your right foot pressed down into the floor. We're going to lift the left leg, reach it up long. As you're ready, you're going to peel up and lift. Come halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. We're doing 20 and 20. 20 seconds. Press down through the right foot. Now you're not coming all the way down. You're doing a half lower and then a full lift. Press down, squeeze your glutes. Good, we're almost there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, keep yourself lifted. Drop your left foot down onto the ground. Reach up through the right, press down through the left heel, and lift for 20. 20 seconds. Now remember, they're not huge here. You're just really working those glutes. Stay active through that back leg. Pull through the abs. You're there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right foot down to the floor. Stay in your bridge here. Open up through the front body, and then exhale, begin to articulate down vertebrae by vertebrae down to the floor. Keep your knees bent. Bring your hands behind your head. Open up the clavicles. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, flex forward into our crunch. Back down. So this is the trick here. You know, I kind of teach this as a chest lift. It's not your typical crunch that we often see in the gyms. It's a Pilates forward flexion, a Pilates chest lift. So the pelvis stays neutral. You're not lowering the low back into the floor. Your abs are pulled in. And you're just feeling the lift from the abs. Neck is not doing any work here. Keep going. Now we're going to come in about 5 seconds. We're going to come up into our flex position and we're going to hold it and then we're going to pulse it out for 10. Good. So let's come up. Now come into your flex position. Hold it. Good. And then we're going to go into 10 seconds of little mini crunches. So pump, little pulses. Going to really feel this through the low abs. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 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 hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Woo. Good job, everyone. Good. All right, let's just shift our weight side to side. Okay, now let's go into our bicycles. We're gonna finish off with bicycles. Hands behind the head. Knees come up to 90 degrees. All right, 3, 2, 1. Rotate and extend the leg back through center. Alternate sides, 45 seconds. Now, you can create as much tempo as you want here. The only thing that I ask that you watch for is your pelvis. Make sure that you're not swaying side to side because you're going to be using your back muscles for that. I want you to target just your obliques. You got 12 seconds left. Keep going and rotate. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Rest your hands. Whew, take a little minute here. That was set 1. We did it. So let's roll onto our sides. We're going to come back up to standing. Take some water. I'm going to turn and just take a look to make sure everybody is good. My microphone is still working, thankfully. Come up. If you've got a question, feel free to turn your mic on. Okay. I think everybody's good. All right. So again, I'm just coming back to my full screen, so I can't really see you guys. Well, I can't see you guys. So if you do have a question, make sure you shout it out. Don't be shy to ask a question because you never know, somebody else might have had the same question. Okay, so we're going to start back at the beginning. Grab your water. All right, so we're coming back to our balance to reverse lunges. So I mentioned earlier that if you were having a bit of challenges with your knees and maybe going into a reverse lunge isn't working for you today, you know what's also really great is just to challenge our balance. So if you're not able to go into that reverse lunge, just come up into that balance, maybe just like shift it back a little bit. Work with our balance is always going to be helpful. So 45 seconds. I'm going to go into the balance to reverse lunge. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Start with your right leg lifted and lower and lift. I'm not using weights. If you want a little more intensity, by all means, go ahead and grab some dumbbells. You're just going to hold them isometrically, but it'll challenge the muscles. Good, we got about 12 seconds left. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good, shake it off. I'm gonna start with the left leg back. Start by lifting the left knee, anchor into the right, and then begin to lower and back and lift. And if you want some more challenge, you pick up your pace. Just keep your balance. That's the focus. Good, you're 30 seconds in, 15 to go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake it off. Well done. Okay, back into our squats. Squat walks. If you've got a band, go ahead and put it on. If you don't, no big deal. We're going to do 2 walks to the right, 2 walks to the left. Stay deep in your squat. You're not going to be out of it for about a minute. Feet are hip distance apart. Come down. Walk it up for 2. 1 and 2. Stay. Back and back. Stay. Here we go. Nice job, guys. Well done. All right, we're about 12 seconds, 15 seconds in, a little more. Good, we got about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out to the side. Hold it, stay in your squat. Hold. Now, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Come down a little deeper, shift down through your hips, into your heels. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't lift up all the way. Come back to your squat. Hold it and walk it over. 1 and 2. Stay here and pulse it down for 10, 9, 8. These are not small pulses. These are bigger pulses. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got it? 10 and come all the way up. Well done. I don't know about you, but I really feel that through my glutes. All right, so we're gonna start off with the right foot, so our side leg lifts. Anchor in through the right foot. Flex the left heel. You're gonna keep your torso long, hands maybe on your hips, and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Small little lifts. So it's not a lift up to the sky here. You really want to target the little muscles in the glutes. The glute med and the glute minimus. Reaching through the heel is going to change the sensation. There's no question. So if you're more active through that heel, even if it means you go lower, not as high, you're going to feel it through the glute. Good, 20 seconds to go. Starting to feel this right through my opposite glute, as funny as that is. Good, and we got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it off. Beautiful. Shift the weight into the opposite leg, flex down through the heel. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Again, stay tall through the upper body, really targeting that glute. Little lifts. Good, you're 25 seconds in, 20 to go. It's always very humbling when I do glute work, how I notice one side feels incredibly different than the other. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, shake it off. Nice job, everyone. Good. All right, so we're coming back to our round the worlds. So as you notice, we went from round the worlds right to those chest openers. So think about that in terms of choosing your weights. So grab whatever weights you want to work with today. Roll the shoulder blades back. Feet are about hip distance apart. Knees are bent, palms are facing forward. We're going to inhale, extend the body. Extend the arms, sorry, and down. And lift. Remember not to lock the elbow. Working the deltoids here. Keep the rib cage down. So what I mean by that is we get to a point where our arms reach and there might be this desire to start popping through the rib cage. And I'd like you to consider keeping the rib cage down so your torso is super supported. Almost there. We have about 12 seconds left to go. Good, about 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, rest your hands for a second. So we're gonna come up into our round the world. We're gonna get to the top of it, and then we're gonna drop our arms down to shoulder height, open our chest and lower. So round, come to shoulder height, drop, open the chest, and lower. Good. Open. Drop shoulder height. Open the chest and lower and lift. Lower. Open and drop. Good. Lift. Lower. Open and drop. So when we open, we're not popping out through the rib cage. The gliding of the shoulder blades is what I want you to focus on. Drop and lower. Good. Open. Last two. Shoulder height. Open the chest and lower. Last one. Open, lower, open, and drop. Well done. Good job. Whew. All right. Let's grab. We're going to do our bicep crossover. So if you got something a little bit heavier, I'd go for it. We're going to go from there into our tricep overhead extensions. So tricep, bicep, midline crossovers, alternating sides. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So think about knees are bent. You're always really nice and tall here. Breathing. That's the key. Nice. All right, 20 seconds in, 25 to go. Nice job, 10 seconds left. So I don't think I've ever taught a full Pilates class to a lot of you. I added it to the schedule for Thursday, so if you're able to mark that on your calendars, I'd love for you to attend. Some of you I've done a lot of Pilates with, some of you I haven't done any with, so please come and join us. All right, and rest. Good. Now I'm going to grab one weight, but I'm going to go up a little bit on resistance for my overhead tricep extensions. And I'm only doing this because I felt for my last round I couldn't really keep myself stable very well through my arms. So I think for me, this works better. So if it works better for you, by all means, go ahead. All right, elbows get stuck in. We're going to drop it back and kick it up. Back and then up. Keep the rib cage down. Good. We're about 15 seconds in. Another 30 to go. Fully extend the arms. Drop the weight back. Muscular focus here, the triceps. Good. We got 10 seconds left. Keep it going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Woo! Well done. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, let's come down to the floor. All right, we're going to begin with our extensions in our back. So let's lie down on our tummy. This time we're going to change it up just a little bit. We're going to go up a little higher, and we're just going to begin just with about 10 extensions, and we're going to lift up a little higher into our upper thoracic spine. So you're going to come down onto the floor. Arms are going to be goal posted. So elbow to shoulder, fingertip to elbow. So you're going to have this nice W look, if you will, in the shoulders. You're going to come down onto your tummy. Forehead down on the floor. You're going to goal post your arms. Legs are together if that works for you. You can separate the legs if that feels better. I'd like them ideally to come together a little bit so that you can really turn everything on and keep the glutes and the abs pulled in. All right, so I want you to think about creating a long pencil, fingertip, crown of the head down to the toes. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, pull your belly up, squeeze your glutes, press your hands into the floor. and lift through the sternum. You don't feel anything through the low back here, so maybe you're not coming up terribly high, and then come back down. Roll the shoulder blades back, lift. Pull up through the belly. Crown of the head reaches long, and then lower. And lift. And lower. Now as women, I'm sure you know this, extension is incredibly important to maintain spinal health, especially with the possibility of osteoporosis. We want to really be able to keep the back chain of our spine really nice and strong. Because all the nerve endings come up through the back of the spine is really strong in the back, but in the front, not as much so if you've got osteoporosis. Press the hands up, lift up. And that's why you see some people who have osteoporosis, they're quite flexed forward. And it's just the brittleness of the spine, of the vertebrae. Good, and come up, last one. I want you to hold, pull your belly in. Press the hands into the floor, squeeze your glutes, inner thighs squeeze together, shoulder blades down the back. Now think about your gaze, it's forward, but it's not lifted. And then slowly come down. Nice job. Good. All right, elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going to come into our forearm plank with the option of going into your dolphin plank in about 20 seconds. Curl the toes under, feet are hip distance apart, and lift up and hold. All right, in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Rotate your heels. Shoulders are square, back through center, over to the other side. Stay with me the whole time. Good, you got 7 seconds left. Good, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to your knees, press back into child's pose. We did not do child's pose in the last one. Sorry. Okay, now let's come back onto our tummy. We're going to go into our locust. So we did a little back extension with those, they're called butterfly preps. So if you've done some Pilates with me, you definitely have done some extension like that. So hands can be out front like you're doing Supermans, or they can be out to the side where they're called locusts in yoga. Inner thighs squeeze together. Glutes are turned on, belly's pulled up. You're going to inhale to lengthen, exhale, lift. Lift the shoulders, lift the legs, pull the belly in, and then lower down to the floor. And lift. And lower. And lift. Pull the belly in, and lower. And lift. And lower. Remember, the goal is not to come up into this U shape. The goal is to lift up through the sternum while protecting the low back. So if you're feeling that compression in the low back, you may be going up too high. Last 2. Last 1. And lower. Press the hands into the floor. Press back into child's pose. Give your low back a nice little stretch. Now taking your time, come up onto your hands and knees. Going to shift over onto our sits bones. We're coming right into our Russian twists with punches. If you've got your weights handy, go ahead and grab them. If you don't want to use weights or you don't have any, no problem. You can simply rotate side to side and pretend that you're punching with a little bit of something in your hand. It's totally cool. All right, so up on your sits bones, up with your heels up if you want. Lift up through the sternum, open up through the clavicles. We're on 3, 2, 1, lean back and rotate. Now, you guys have all taken my classes before, and if I've noticed any movement through the knees, I've usually said something to you. So when you rotate, the knees don't move. The only thing rotating is the torso. So you're focusing on the obliques. The knees are pretty stuck in space. I like to bring my inner thighs together. That way I kind of avoid that shifting of side to side. Good, we got 15 seconds left. Good, last 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Well done. Set your weights aside. We're going to roll down onto our back. We're going to do our crunches or our Pilates chest lifts. So I didn't do this on the first round, but we're going to do it now. Knees are going to be hip distance. No, we're not doing our Pilates crunches. We're doing our single leg glute bridges. So feet are hip distance apart. We're going to begin with the right leg this time. Shift your weight into your left foot. Extend your right leg long. Press into your left foot. Peel your spine off the ground. Reach or flex the foot and then lower halfway. 20 seconds and lift, lower, lift, lower. You're going to feel this through, possibly through the hamstring a little bit, through the glutes, which is the muscular focus. Good. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your torso lifted. Drop your right foot down to the floor. Extend your left leg. Come halfway down and lift. And lift. Toes are down on the floor. If you see yourself lifting up through the front of your foot, keep your toes and your full foot nice and anchored into the floor. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bend your knees. Stay lifted. Lift up here. Hold on. Inhale, open the front of your body. Exhale, begin to articulate vertebrae by vertebrae. Down, 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 all the way to the floor. Nice job. Okay, feet are going to stay hip distance apart. Now, you're going to move into that neutral spine. So just for a brief second here, let's go into a big arch in the low back. So as if you're trying to tilt your pelvis bones up to the sky. Then I want you to tilt your pelvis so that the low back is pressed down into the floor. Arch the low back, make it really exaggerated. And then press down through the low back, flatten out the back, and arch. And lower, and arch, and lower. Last one, and arch, and lower. Now, I want you to find that in-between spot. So you're not in a full arch of the low back, and your low back is certainly not pressed down to the floor. Now, if you were to look at your pelvis, it would be pretty flat. And that's where I want you to be. That's your neutral spine. So from here, let's bring our hands behind the head. Don't adjust your pelvis. Keep it stuck in space. Hold it here. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, lift up. Now you might notice you're not going to come up as far. Pull up through the abs. Now this motion is coming up from the abdominals, not from the glutes and not from the neck. And lower, and lift, and lower. If you feel your low back wanting to come into the floor, keep your abs pulled in. Keep your pelvis nice and neutral. And lower, lift, and lower. You got 5 and 4. Now we're going to go into our small little pulses here. Get ready. And 2. Back down, and 1. Come up. Find that forward flex position. I want you to lift up through your chin. Let the head rest into your hand and hold. And now pulse for 10. Little crunches. Maintain that pelvis in a neutral spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward even more. Hold for 10. You got it, you got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way. Well done. All right, let's finish off with our bicycles. I think this is going to be the end, our last one, and we're going to stretch it out for 6 minutes or so. All right, bring your feet up to 90 degrees. 45 seconds, bicycles. Think about that neutral spine, so you're not lowering that lower back into the floor. You're really keeping the abs turned on here. And then 3, 2, 1, and rotate back through center over to the other side. Keep going, keep going. Exhale as you rotate, inhale back through center. Watch your pelvis, don't allow it to move. Really feel that lifting of the chest off the floor so that you can rotate and really focus on the abs. 20 seconds. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, guys. Bring your right knee into your chest. Lengthen out the left leg. Oh, take a moment here. Keeping your right knee in towards your chest. Take your right hand, place it on the front of your knee. Align your hips slightly more so that it's right on top of the hip joint, and then open up to the right side. Keep your left hip into the ground, no rotation through the pelvis. Nice job, everyone. Super, super proud of you. I love that we get to do this together still. Come back through center. Grab hold of your right, extend your right leg, arm long, and rotate the right leg across your midline. Keep your left leg extended out long. Turn your gaze towards the right side, stretch the glute. Now if you've got space to extend your leg, by all means go for it. I can't because I have the weight rack here, but if you do have space, go ahead. And then come back through center. Keep the right knee pulled in towards your midline. For just a brief moment, bring the knee in a little bit closer in towards your chest. Stretch out the glute. And then reach the right leg long. And I just want you to walk your hands up to about your calf, and then just give the leg a little stretch here for 5. It's going to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, come all the way down, extend the right leg long, bring the left knee in towards your chest, give your left leg a little stretch. So I'm going to give you full disclosure here today. The workout we did on Saturday, I still feel it on my inner thighs, especially my left leg. So there's been a couple of moments this weekend where I was like, oh, walking up the stairs. All right, now bring your left knee so that it's a little bit more aligned with your hip. Open up, take your left arm, your left hand, and guide your left knee open. Stretch the inner thigh of the left leg. Reach with the right arm in opposition if that feels comfortable. And then bring the left thigh in towards center. Grab hold of the left. Reach over. Cross it over your midline. Now you can twist here. Just keep the shoulder blades connected to the floor. So you're not looking to rotate the full body, just the hips and the pelvis and the glutes. So that you're not losing that connection, if you will, through the glutes and the IT band. As you're ready, come back through center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Stretch it out. Good. Extend your right leg back long. I forgot to do our hamstring on the left side. Extend the left leg long. Walk your hands up to your calf muscle and give your leg a little pull in towards so that the foot is reaching behind you. Give that hamstring a nice little stretch. And then bend the knee and slowly roll yourself onto the side and come up to seated. All right, let's begin with our butterfly. You know it's one of my favorites. So soles of the feet together, knees are wide, palms are maybe giving your toes a little hug, and then lengthen the spine, come down into a forward fold, stretch the low back. Maybe if you want to, you could reach your hands a little bit more forward. Breathe into this space, so maybe even shift the weight over side to side so that you can give your hips a little space to open up. As you take a few breaths here, allow your upper body just to melt into this forward fold. Allow anything that's kind of holding you back here a little bit, just to kind of soften the body and let it release out through your breath. And as you're ready, come up to a lengthened position. Draw the knees together, lengthen the legs. Reach as if you're taking a top hat off your head. Take a deep breath, pull your pelvis away from your upper body, and then exhale, come into that forward fold. Reach the toes towards your fingertips towards your toes. Again, melt into this forward fold. Surrender into any sensations that are running through the body. And then as you're ready, walk your hands back up. Now we're going to do a figure four stretch. So bend the right knee, bring your hands behind you, take the left ankle and press it into the right knee. You're going to lift up through the sternum. Tips of the fingers are going to allow you to lift up a little bit higher. You're going to allow the left knee just to drip over to the side. Really just allow it to open up at its own pace. Not pace, that's not the right word, but at its own desired opening, if you will. And then slowly extend the right leg long, unwind the left from the right. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left, pull the left heel in. Open up through the right hip this time. Press into the floor with the back of the hands. Maybe tips of the fingers are resting on the floor. Allow the right hip to just soften and open. And then slowly extend the left leg long, unwind the right, and let's come up to standing. We're going to begin, we'll finish off with our quad stretch and our hamstring stretch. So right hand, right foot. Knees are nicely aligned, belly's pulled in, body is nice and long. As you're ready, swim the right foot forward, kickstand the right foot, bend the left knee, extend the back, toes are up to the sky. Shift the hips back a little bit so that you can get a little bit more sensation through the right hamstring. As you're ready, press the left foot in towards the floor, extend the body out long, grab hold of your left foot. Knees are nicely aligned, belly is pulled in. And then swim that left leg forward. Bend the right knee. Rest the hands on the right knee. Toes of the left are reaching to the sky. Your back is long. All right, press the right foot into the floor. Let's take our final breath. Feet are hip distance apart. Let's take a nice breath into the body. Bend the knees, extend the body long. And exhale, forward fold, release the body down. Inhale, bend the knees, circle sweep the arms up towards the sky. Reach the palms together like they're two magnets wanting to bring each other together. Hands to heart center. And give yourself a round of applause. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for coming today. I will be having classes on Wednesday at 9:30, Thursday at 9:30. Friday is our yoga community class. Saturday, we've got another circuits class. Reach out to me if you have any questions or any other desires in terms of classes, and I'll see if I can fit it in. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Hold on, I'm just going to get to your